With millions of big trucks on the road, the risk of being involved in an accident with one is as great as ever. David Greene is joining us from Greene and Phillips. Dave, we're going to start this segment with some very powerful, scary video. Let's talk about this right off the top. What are we looking at here on the screen, David?
Well, what you see is our client in the S10 vehicle ahead of the camera. This particular vehicle is coming up to the scene as you see it. It's a four-way stop. You see the light ahead. Our client has the red light. He stops. The light then turns green as he proceeds through the intersection.
Boom.
Boom.
Unbelievable, so scary, and it can happen to you out there. You never think anything like this is going to happen, but like we said, unfortunately, it does. So that leads us to our talking points today. What should someone do if they've been the victim of an accident with an 18-wheeler?
Well, so many times you have video that shows exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. When you start putting a case together like this, if you're trying to do it yourself, you're simply not going to be able to get this video. This was all through the process of the litigation. We were able to subpoena the documents, subpoena the video, and actually fight with the person who actually had the video to give it to us.
And nothing is more important in this particular case, or any cases like that, than that video evidence of exactly what happened.
Absolutely. No one can say it didn't happen. No one can say he didn't run the light. Mm-hmm. And then you're dealing with damages, and then you can really maximize the value of your claim.
Well, speaking of maximizing the value, in the chance that there's not video, there's several other things you need to look for and think about as you search for an attorney to represent you in a case like this. What are some things that you should consider?
Well, you need to talk to attorneys that have handled big truck accidents. Mm-hmm. You need to ask that attorney, do you handle this type of case? Are you focused, is your practice focused on handling trucking cases or major accident cases? You want to ask those questions. Any attorney can handle your case, but it's a matter of how good can he do for you. You want to make sure you ask if they've handled a case like this and what steps do they go through in investigating the scene, investigating the trucks, figuring out whether or not the driver of the truck was drinking. Believe it or not, we've had cases like that. Believe it or not, if their log books are correct, or if they're speeding, or if there's some type of information that adds to the value of your case, you really want to make sure you get that information.
And one of the other things you deal with through this whole time period is insurance companies as well. What's it like trying to deal with an insurance company yourself as opposed to having an attorney on your side?
Well, if you think about it, it's an unequal playing field. Mm-hmm. They know the rules. They know what they can ask you, they know when they can ask you, and then they try to, their job is to try to lower the value of your case because it saves their company money. Mm-hmm. They know all the rules, they know how to play the game. When you get an attorney that knows this type of case, you level that playing field and can maximize that value.
Is there anything else we need to touch on today as it pertains to 18-wheeler accidents and what legal precedents you have?
Well, our firm has been involved in multi-million-dollar cases throughout our 17 years of practice. We've had cases from $1 million to $9.5 million and larger, and so we've had the experience. Our firm has the experience of having dealt with this type of case.
Do they go to trial often?
Generally, they do not. Mm-hmm. When you do a good job and you can show the other side what they're facing at trial, mm-hmm. many times there can be an agreement. 9 times out of 10, both attorneys on both sides of the case, the plaintiff lawyer and the defense lawyer, can agree to what they think a verdict might be. Sometimes it's working on their client, or sometimes it might be working on our client to really understand that if you go to trial, it doesn't guarantee you that you're going to win.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things you're going to look for when you search for an attorney is experience. Greene and Phillips, as we've heard, definitely has that. So if you or someone you know needs some help in a situation like this, give Greene and Phillips a call. How can they contact you guys?
They can contact us on the website, or they can contact us 251-300-2000.
All right, sounds good. David, good to see you again. Thank you so much for coming into Studio 10 this morning.
Thanks for inviting me in.